In a small town.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm out with my good buddies Renee and Brian here, and we are having a great time out here on Lake Chickamauga. And obviously, since the fish are on the ledges right now, we're definitely using a LiveScope a lot. And I've got some questions about how I set up my LiveScope, you know, all the settings that I have. So I just wanted to kind of breeze through that. So we're on this spot right now. Let's see if we can find some fish. I mean, you guys can see all those fish. There's a big group of them right now. Looks like they're chasing some shad. And yeah, you can see them all up there. There's no current running today, so they're very, very suspended and just kind of meandering all over the place. But as far as the settings go, so first off, I've got the transducer on the bottom of the trolling motor as opposed to the shaft of the trolling motor on my Motor Guide Tour Pro. I tend to like that situation better than putting it on the shaft personally. So as far as the settings, really you've got a handful of different settings that you can really or you need to pay attention to. You've got the distance, okay, and then you've got the depth range, and then you've got your color palette. Those are essentially the most important. Look at all those fish right there. It's just suspended up there. Real hard to catch when they're like that. But those are the three main settings, okay? And so as far as color palette goes, there's really nothing I can say other than it's just up to personal preference. I love the blue palette because I feel like I can see it better in the sun, in the daylight, and in multiple different light conditions. So that's why I keep it on blue. As far as the depth range goes, so the depth range is really one that I mess around with a lot, okay? And most of the time, if I'm fishing like 20 or 15 foot plus, I'm going to be keeping it on auto because it does a really good job of adjusting based on your depth once you get past 15 feet. But when I'm in shallower water, so 15 foot or less, sometimes the unit has a really hard time figuring out, how much of the water column to show you. And sometimes you, especially if you're fishing in 10 foot or less, sometimes you'll have a little slice, this will just be all worthless down here, and then you'll have a little slice of the actual water column. So what I'll do in shallower water, so 15 foot or less, is I'll actually go to manual, okay, and then I'll just choose something that's just deeper than what I'm fishing, okay. And as far as the distance, as far as the range out, I usually keep it at 100. 100 feet is really, really good. With the LVS 34 transducer, you can see your bait all the way out there, and so it's, to me, that's a good length cast, and so that's what I tend to keep it at. But anyways, guys, those are the settings that I keep this Garmin unit on. I really don't use my Garmin units for anything else. So once I get it set for my Panoptix LiveScope, that's pretty much it for the entire year. So that's how I set up my unit. Not too hard, but takes a little bit of tweaking. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, trust the process, and I'll see you out on the water.